Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Dalton at Daltonian95 with another Transformers Age of the Primes video, and today we're taking a look at the Voyager class Wave 2 figure, Sky-Byte. You know, the greatest shark in town, the smartest shark in town. Sky-Byte. That's him. Anyways, 28 steps. It actually does have a unique image of a shark right there. On the side, you do get Onyx Prime, Amalgamus Prime, and Quintus. Not sure which one he would fall under. I'm pretty sure it'd probably be Onyx since he is a Predacon, even though the packaging shows a Decepticon symbol here. 28 steps. It shows him with the little missile launcher in his mouth. Really nice artwork there of Sky-Byte. So let's go ahead and get him opened and check him out. All right, before we get into the actual review, I do want to point out, just like everyone else did, the fact that he comes with the sprue for the pectoral fins. So there is that, and of course the shoulder pads here are separate from the rest of the build. So, or not build, just the rest of the figure, just due to storage reasons. So let's go ahead and get onto the actual figure. And here we have Sky-Byte out of his packaging, and there is some assembly required. Now, you got his two shell pieces here that of course came out of packaging. We'll just take this one that has this little portion here and the 5mm port facing, or you know, more towards the back, the sports and everything. You want this slot facing towards the back. We'll just put that on the 5mm post. Same thing with this other one. Put it on the post. And of course, we'll go ahead and bring in this sprue with these dorsal fins. And they just pop right off. There's that. And we'll take this somewhat more organic one and put it here on this side, just in there like that. We'll take the more mechanical one, put it on the opposite side. And there we have Sky-Byte, and of course we'll give him his weapon. But before we get into that, we'll get into everything else. All right, so getting into everything, I do want to correct myself. These are not dorsal fins, they're pectoral fins. My bad. This is the dorsal fin. So get that out of the way before I get flamed in the comments about it. And these are the pectoral, or not pectoral, pelvic fins. Get more into that in beast mode. And of course, the tail is, or the tail fin is his little claw. But first and foremost, color scheme way better than the Thrilling 30 version. I unfortunately do not have that anymore, or fortunately, because I'm sorry to say, but that figure was not the greatest. I mean, it was fun for the time, but it aged like milk. It was right around that time of the major budget cuts to Hasbro, like right shortly before Combiner Wars, like right at the time that Roadbuster got hit with it. I believe Scoop and I think Whirl got hit with it. I mean, he still had some pretty good budget with his design, but around that last wave or two, it kind of just fell off as far as the budget and quality. This figure, on the other hand, I really enjoy it. Now, mine did have a QC issue right out of the box, so this is a few days later. I did use some floor polish. I need to get some more of that joint tightener, whether it be the Kiki joint fix or just see what else I can find. If anyone has any recommendations, let me know. Thought I'd point that out. It is on this side. It was extremely loose, but now it's still like falls under its weight, but it takes a lot longer than before. But it's to a point to where I'm satisfied enough to do this video. As far as, there's a good amount, but there's also not a ton. He is molded mostly in this kind of indigo purplish blue. It's right along the same lines as Galvatron, maybe a little bit on the warmer side, but you do have also this kind of off silver, off white color. It's not quite as off white as I would have thought, so I don't think there's any fear of it yellowing. It just looks a little weird. It's kind of like a pearlescent gray. You also get some silver and kind of a matte blue on the chest here, some red, picking out some details. You got kind of a metallic purple here for his center laser, which if you flip it over, it is a Predacon symbol underneath. I have no means of doing that without scratching it to hell. But it is under there. I can't remember who posted on Twitter, but it was just a few days ago. You got some gold paint there for the face, which go ahead and zoom in on so you can see the details, and straight up like you'd expect for Sky-Byte in the cartoon, even having some of the details in each of his eyes. I mean, he's technically a Transmetal 2 Cyber Shark, just repainted for an anime. I mean, we saw that with a lot of the Beast Wars second to Neo characters, like the Cyber Beasts. But yeah, lots of nice detail. Of course, a bunch of silver paint and some like gunmetal paint throughout the exposed inner workings in the shark. You get some more of that silver down here. Some of this kind of mustardy yellow for the arms, lower legs, and the claws here. Of course, you also get his little weapon here that's based on the missile launcher from the original toy that would be inside his mouth, and you'd fit it here and it'd have the end of the missile sticking out the back. Just fit that in his hand like that. So if you want him to use it, you can. As far as articulation, his head is on a ball joint. It's not super expressive, but I mean, if you are better at posing figures than I am, you can get a good range out of it. Shoulders are on a very tight hinge that get only out to there on either side. There is a way to cheat it, but it involves undoing this transformation joint. I don't like that. Forward and back at the shoulder. You do get a very tight bicep swivel. At least on this side, it's very tight on my copy. Same thing here. 90 at the elbow. It does go 90 back. And this whole thing spins. You can clasp down of it to make it grab things. So it does have some use. And of course, on this hand, if we remove the little blaster, unfortunately it is not blast effect compatible because they wanted to get those original missile details. Of course, you get 90 forward, 90 back due to beast mode, and you do get a wrist swivel as well as the hinging wrist. So it's nice that they were able to do that on Sky-Byte. So happy to see that. Do get a tight waist swivel, at least it's tight on my copy. Forward and back at the hips, all the way out, and then some. Do get a thigh swivel, little over 90 at the knee, and if you want, you can kind of cheat it for more. But yeah, just a little over 90, not too terrible. You get ankle tilt to about there. Yeah, I don't want to push it any further. So yeah, I mean, that's it for articulation for Shark mode. Now for some comparisons, we do have Studio Series Optimus. And I don't have Hound with me, but I do have Tow Line. You know, no parking means no parking. Of course, Sideburn. And the one figure that these guys just don't scale with whatsoever, and vice versa, we have Omega Prime, who just towers over these figures, and then by extension, and of course, with just Optimus Prime, which, I mean, the scale's a little bit better, but I think Optimus should be a little bit closer to Sky-Byte size, honestly, I think. I don't know, it's been forever since I've watched the cartoon, but yeah, I mean, not too far off. It's just Omega Prime mode is just way too out of scale. And if you want, bring in Galaxy Shuttle and recruit, which is also way out of scale for this figure. It should be at least 4 times this size, but I can try to stick his face down the funnel there just to recreate the scene from Secret Weapon D5. Oh, just a hilarious moment from the anime. But anyways, get into transformation now. Go ahead and bring the arms down. Go ahead and take these claws here. Just fold them up against the fin like that. Straighten out the legs. Oh, don't tab them together just yet. We'll go ahead and bring these sections back. And angle them up like that to keep the head straight. Undo these and bring them out to the side a bit. Take the shark head, which kind of looks like coattails, bring it out. We'll take the jaw piece. Well, I'll show you the two options that you can do for storage on this here in a minute. We'll just take this whole thing, untap it from the back, bring it out. Allow you to bring these side panels down. From here, we'll bring arms up. And then this will just slide down like that. Rotate the bicep. Keep that up. Unclip this arm. Slide it up on that slider. Bring it up. Same thing. Rotate it at the bicep where you want that hole to be at. Fold the fist in. And just line up the tab slot with the fist and the hole there. Turn the claw fin thing. Then you just want to straighten that out. It's perfectly straight like that. We'll take this whole body assembly here, bring it down. Helps to get the legs out of the way. To bring it down, and it should kind of soft click, not really click, just kind of wedge itself to that position. Bring these shell pieces back. Just like that. And there is a slot here, tab here, slot there on the shoulder, tab right there on the inner shell. It will just fit right in like that. Same thing on this other side. It's just a matter of lining it all up. There we go. So there is that. We'll take these sections here. They're on kind of a slider. It is a little tricky. And this side just does not want to come out. Just kind of bring it around. But I guess before we finish that, collapse the leg. There is a tab right there on that bracket and a slot right there on the thigh. You can see the slot right there. And there is the tab. So just bring these each back. Until that tab's into place. Take the lower jaw or foot, close that up. Same thing on this side. Close that up. Make sure that all tabs together. There is a groove and slot section right there on the back of the thigh. You can kind of see right there. And tab right there on the section that was plugged into the back. Just want to line that all up. There we go. Just do the same thing on the other side. Tab the jaw pieces together. It is a little easier said than done. It is kind of on these little dovetail tabs. There we go. And then this should all come down like that. Bring this out, down, and around like that. And these will just slide in, filling in the shark mode. This should just come down like that. We'll just rotate these pectoral fins back around. And there is Sky-Byte in shark mode. And this thing just looks awesome. I mean, it's the best version of Sky-Byte we've gotten. The last one had this arch to the back, which made it look like he was, leaping out of the water from, I believe, the last scene of the series. Just kind of a mimic to Free Willy or Flipper. I'm not sure which one. But yeah, this one's got more articulation in shark mode. You can actually flex the tail fin to where it looks like he's swimming due to the arms being in line with each other. You can move the pectoral fins. The head or the jaw can open. And just like in the show, you can bed the head down and have him emote. Or if you want to recreate IDW get a microphone, and he can, do his haikus. I do like this bit of engineering here. It's just like Thrilling 30 Rat Trap, in that you have this kind of diaphragm jointed section. Now, as far as storage for this, you can either just tab it into his mouth and make it look like original toy, or even some scenes in the show where the missiles just pop out. Or if you want to completely hide them all together, there are 2 tabs in there that will just fit in this little slotted section. So you just fit it into his mouth. It's kind of tricky to get it lined up just right. There we go. And then you can still close the jaw. So everything it comes with is stored neatly in shark mode. He is a little front heavy, but I mean, you can just kind of bend that back, flip the fins down. There you go. You can have him kind of standing up on the shelf. But there is a 5mm port here, so if you have any display stands that use a 5mm post, or even like clasp around his waist here to have him floating around, because he is a flying shark. I mean, he can also burrow underneath concrete and highways too, so he is a jack of all trades when it comes to sea life. And what's funny is, much like how Waspinator, having a stinger, is a female wasp, Sky-Byte has the pelvic fins of a female shark. So just fun little trivia that some people just never knew. I do believe this is a secondary dorsal fin. I think some sharks actually have this. So, yeah, tons of detail. Of course, you got the red eyes for the shark. This one looking a little bit more organic, I think. But yeah, I love techno-organic Beast Wars molds and designs. So, hope we get more stuff like this in the future. I would love a Cyber Shark repaint where all the green or the yellow is replaced with green. Probably a brighter kind of like actual great white shark shade, kind of a powder blue. But yeah, it remains to be seen. I mean, I'm really impressed. Of the 2 Voyagers from Wave 2, this is easily the best, hands down. So let's go ahead and get him into robot mode before I make this video any longer than it needs to be. With my ramblings, we'll just go ahead and take that out. And we'll rotate these sections back like that. Undo all of this. Tap that. Undo this section here. I'll allow you to bring that out. Again, this side, easier said than done. I don't know why this side does not want to come out. There we go. Doesn't come out as far on that side as this side, so a little weird. We'll undo the lower jaw section here. There we go. Oh, my finger's stuck. Get the legs out of the way. Undo this, bring it up. There we go. Bring the sections around, just like that. Straighten out legs after we undo them. There is just a soft like clasp. It just fits around that lower leg joint. So there we go. Just collapse the shark head up against like that. These sections will just kind of wrap around. Then for this section, have these sections here. There we go. There was that. Bring the sections down. Undo arms. Of course, it's a tab and the fist. Bring them down. Slide them along their respective rail. Slide that back. Tab in. Just bring the arms out to the front so they are not in the way. Bring this whole section up. It will should just tab right. Okay, there's a tab there, a slot there. It should just go right in like that. Bring this up and around, up and around. That will help you with getting that all tabbed in. There we go. And then these will tab into the back, forming all that support. Now it's just a matter of cleaning them up. And there we have Sky-Byte back in robot mode. So let's go ahead and finish this up. So as far as Wave 2 releases go, and even RID releases, next to Omega Prime, Sky-Byte here is one of my favorite figures to come out of Age of the Prime so far. It's goofy, it's silly, just like the show he's from, but he does it so much better than his past incarnation from Throwing 30, and pretty close to his original without being overly kibble heavy like the original. I had the original at one point. I think I sold it. Would love to track it down again because that was a fun figure and design. I hope RID gets more love like this in the future. This is, in my opinion, a home run and way better than Heatwave. I think he's even better than Vortex, in my opinion. Still need to get out Alchemist Prime. I mean, that should be on its way fairly soon. Yeah, very, very small second wave. We just got this, Crasher, Heatwave, Alchemist, and Vortex. No leader class for Wave 2, just the repack refresher for Megatronus and Grimlock, I believe. So it's kind of unfortunate, but it's just a new year, new release schedule, I guess, for these figures. But yeah, I honestly really enjoyed how Sky-Byte turned out, and hope we get more stuff like this for RID in the future. Would love to see Gigatron or Megatron, whatever you want to refer to him as. Yeah, I mean, there's pretty much not much else to say. I'm going to stop rambling. Be sure to check out all the links down below, all my playlists, Age of the Primes, Legacy, Studio Series, and be sure to check out our stream, Axelon News. Still working on a final name, but that's a better working name than just Transformers News Recap number whatever. So, hope you guys enjoyed. See y'all next time. So long. Take care.